Yahoo boys are not sinning. Another Tinubu minister is under fire. 3 countries are possibly leaving ECOWAS. Genge. Yul Edochie is now a pastor. And Victor Osimhen is now under another drug test from AFCON. Why? We have so much to unpack on today's episode of The Scoop with me. Yahoo boys are not doing anything wrong. Yahoo boys are not doing anything wrong. This is according to an Ilorin cleric. Sheikh Jakmal, a popular cleric in Ilorin, took to Facebook to say that fraudsters are not sinning. They are just hustling in a tough economy.
Ordinary Yahoo ọpọlọ nìkan ọpọlọ nìkan kò sí iná.
Let me tell you something, yeah? That statement has zero logic. A tough society? Okay, yeah, well, why don't we tell that to the victims that have lost their life savings to these Yahoo boys? Or the grandmothers who lost their pension funds because it was snatched by Yahoo boys? Or to the families that have been left in ruin because of these online con artists? Fraud is not survival. Fraud is not survival. Shake. It's stealing. Plain and simple. And the reason why we keep getting confused is because we don't call it what it is. We call it Yahoo. It's because we have all these terms and slang. You did streets, you did run you did this, you did that. Call it what it is. You are a thief. You have taken money from somewhere that you did not work for. You have taken money from someone else and you did not get their permission to. That is Yahoo. And people don't understand. Until it happens to you, that's when you are going to really begin to understand how painful this thing is. What about situations where we have people falsely transfer money from your account? Okay, when that happens to you, are you not up and down shouting, screaming? But yet, because of there's no face, there's no person, it's happening to someone abroad, you think that it's right? It's not right. And the problem with our society and what's happening is that we're beginning to justify it. And we're beginning to affiliate ourselves with people who do Yahoo all in the name of the fact that they're buying you this, they're buying you that. Do you know how dangerous it is for a society to be okay with having criminals around them and not ostracizing them? Yahoo boys have become too relevant in our society. That's the problem. And that's the reason why this is happening. In my opinion, the Sheikh is benefiting from this. Because why would he say such a thing? You're a religious figure. How can you say that? In addition, I know a lot of times people think that Yahoo, they're only touching on abroad. And people like to use the justification of, oh, they're abroad. Maybe they have dollars. Oh, didn't they come here and colonize us? We're just taking back what's ours. First of all, that's not a justification for anything. But also, you guys need to understand that Yahoo, they're touching Nigerians here. They're removing money from Nigerians' bank accounts here. They are running scheme on people here. It's painful. It's painful. Even these Ponzi schemes in Yahoo, it's fraud. If you say that you're going to give someone money and they should invest here and then they will get X, Y, and Z back and you don't give them the money back, that's fraud. It's enough. All of us are struggling in the same country now, but not all of us are doing it. So what's the difference between you and I? Why should I allow you to be taking the short way out? The Nigerian Cybercrime Act of 2015 begs to differ with your hustle hard philosophy. Yahoo is not for hustling hard. It's theft and it is punishable by law. So if you like, continue to say you're hustling hard. You gotta use that statement when you're in the criminal courts. You say, Shibi, I was hustling hard. No problem now. We'll see if the judge allows you to get off with your hustle hard thoughts and way of thinking. Rubbish. I don't want to hear this thing. A spade is a spade. Every Yahoo boy, I hope they come for you guys heavy this year. In another blow on President Tinubu's cabinet, the Nigerian Bar Association's section on public interest and development, they filed a lawsuit against music promoter Kenny Ogumbe of Kenny's Music and also the Minister of Arts and Culture and Creative Economy, Hanuatu Musawa, over their National Youth Certificate status. You guys know, NYSC. You're supposed to do it when you're in your youth. You're not supposed to be doing it when you're in your 50s. They are claiming that it is not possible for the minister and for Kenny to be passing out at the age of 50. The NBA alleges that both individuals were issued NYSC certificates despite being over 30, which is a direct violation of the mandatory service requirements for NYSC graduates. You cannot do NYSC when you're over the age of 30. But the minister is trying to explain herself. She says that she started her NYSC in 2001, but had to pause for reasons that are only known to her. And then magically, when she's been appointed minister, she's now ready to serve in her khaki 20 years plus later. Minister, I like her. I like her excitement for the entertainment industry. I know that she's passionate about making the creative economy continue to grow, but I really think that it's unfortunate because at this point, she actually is directly breaking the law, according to what NYSC says, that you're not able to do your NYSC after 30. Now, whether or not this is going to pass or not, we all know that this has happened a lot in the past. You guys also remember that this happened to Kemi Adeosun, our former Minister of Finance. She did not do her NYSC and poof, that was the end of it. Let's also remember that Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Femi Falana, also raised this concern in August 2023 about the legality of the minister's appointment, claiming that you cannot serve as a minister if you have not done your NYSC. Well, the Nigerian Bar Association is saying enough is enough. They are dragging Musawa and Ogungbe to court and they are demanding that the president sack her and that NYSC nullify their dodgy certificates. This is the reason why I have very, very specific stance on NYSC. And I'm talking to anybody. If you're young and you haven't done your NYSC, go and do it. Go and do it. You have no idea what's gonna happen in your future. You don't know where you're gonna go. You don't know what opportunities are going to be given to you. You are not supposed to serve in public office when you've not done your NYSC. So don't say, oh, what's my business with Nigeria? What's my business with that scheme? Da 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 da. So that you're not found in places like the minister now, where you're scrambling to be looking for certificates in your 50s because you didn't do something you were supposed to do before. Nobody can ever deny me. I did my NYSC. I did it. I stayed in camp. I lived in the States I was supposed to live for a whole year. Ha! I was Ajiwara of the year. Nobody can ever question my NYSC legitimacy. But I want to hear from you guys. There's always a debate about whether or not NYSC should be scrapped or whether NYSC should continue. What is the validity of the scheme? Is it still helpful? Is it still beneficial? When NYSC was created, it was created to encourage migration in the country. It was created to allow people who are in the south to go and visit the north and people who are in the north to come down to the south. We all know that that's not happening anymore. So what's the purpose of NYSC? Why do we still have it? I'm curious to hear your comments. Do you guys think NYSC should continue or should you guys think it should be scrapped? It looks like there are 3 countries in ECOWAS who thinks ECOWAS should be scrapped. Well, not scrapped, but they are not interested in being part of ECOWAS. Niger, Mali, and Burkina Faso have announced their exit from ECOWAS, which is a huge deal. We recently know that Niger's democratic government was overthrown by military in a coup. Tinubu, acting in his office as ECOWAS chairman, issued a warning to the military junta in Niger that they should cede power. Niger military said no, they are not leaving that seat. Burkina Faso and Mali also said they're standing firmly behind them. Anyways, ECOWAS said that they cannot acknowledge their exit from ECOWAS because they did not receive a formal notification. So these countries are still, according to the ECOWAS chairman, still there. This is a really dicey situation because this is Tinubu's first major incident as the chairman of ECOWAS. And honestly, all eyes are on Africa because for 3 countries to have said they want to leave ECOWAS, it's a massive deal. It would be similar to 3 countries saying they want to leave the UN. ECOWAS is the body that controls the West African region, and it's a coalition of the West African countries together to ensure that we work in unity and there's peace and there's harmony. So them saying that they want to leave is a major deal. We're going to continue following the story to see how it develops. But developing right here on home soil, Pastor Yul Edochie, that's right, he's a pastor. Yul Edochie is now a pastor. The actor said he had a near-death accident that led him to his calling. Now he's gone from being a politician, a realtor, skip maker, and he's now, of course, an actor as well, and he's now going to be a pastor. The ministry is called True Salvation Ministries, and he had his inaugural online sermon on Sunday. He said he had a come to Jesus moment, which is really interesting because it's possible, right? Let's not cap. I'm not going to denounce anybody's ability to have a come to Jesus moment. So I can believe him, but I'm not the only one who is skeptical. A lot of people are skeptical because you guys should not forget that Yul Edochie had a lot of controversies with his marital affairs. His ex-wife, chose not to stand with him on his stance on polygamy because he was asking his wife that he wants to take a second wife. And May decided that no, she's not going to stay with him and she separated from him. So now that he's going to be a pastor, my question is he going to reconcile with his wife? Because as a Christian, you're not supposed to have 2 wives. It clearly states it in the word of God. You're supposed to have 1 wife. It says a deacon should be a man of 1 wife. So Mr. Yule, are you going to be going back to your wife? I am not the only one who feels this way. Nigerians have had a lot to say about this on social media. Chigozie Abode says on Twitter, he is trying his hands on the most paying hustle in Nigeria. Since the first one, paying job, of course we know, is politics. That didn't work out. Aporo said, I don't mean to condemn anyone, but Nigerians are very funny people. The fact that Christianity is a religion of peace has given room for a lot of miscreants to do what they say and what they like, all in the name of I was called by God. Well, the end will tell. I hope Nigerians won't be misled. One thing's for sure though, with all these churches that are popping up, maybe it's time for a little divine tax audit. If every religious institution starts paying their dues, maybe we're going to see fewer mega churches and more actual ministries. And you know what? I think this is not a bad idea, because maybe these churches and mosques should be paying taxes. Maybe we'll not be able to have clarity on who is really in it for the money and who is really in it for the ministry. What do you guys think? Do you guys think churches and mosques should start paying taxes? Comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. Moving on to AFCON, it's a hot competition and it is absolutely unpredictable this year. Just a week ago, it looked like the Ivorians were going to be going home from their own AFCON. But, Abajo, they defeated Senegal, who are the title holders, on penalties 5-4. I cannot say I'm speechless. I'm shocked. But this is football, and I love football for that, because anything can happen. Talking about some serious things that are happening also, our dear homeboy, our African player of the year, Victor Osimhen, they keep calling him for doping test. Do you guys know what a doping test is? When they think that you are drugged up. It basically means that they think you are too good. So because they think you're too good, they say, oh yeah, come and pee in a cup. We want to see if you have drugs in your system. They said that he had too much energy on the field. Thankfully, we thank our Lord, the test results came back in negative. But this is the second time he's going to be called in for a drug test during AFCON. I don't know how I feel about that. Let me know your thoughts. I still want to hear your predictions. You guys are not commenting. Who do you think is going to win this AFCON? Comment down below. Let us know. And don't forget that you can, of course, catch all the live action right here on the Scooper app. We will be having live commentary, play by play as it's happening. And of course, we're going to show you the highlights the next day. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.